America runs on black dollars. $1.6 trillion a year. That's the economic engine of Black America. Imagine that engine stalling. Black folks buy, black folks sell, black folks keep this country moving. But what if that money went elsewhere? What if Black America looked outward? It's a question worth asking. A question born of centuries of pain, of promises broken and dreams deferred. What if Black America took its economic power and placed it on a different shore? $1.6 trillion. It's a staggering amount, almost unfathomable to the average person. To put it into perspective, it's a sum that could transform entire economies, reshape industries, and alter the course of history. This is not just a number, it's a symbol of immense potential and power. That's more than the GDP of many countries. In fact, if it were a nation, it would rank among the top economies in the world. This amount surpasses the annual economic output of countries like Australia, Spain, and Mexico. It's a testament to the sheer scale of economic influence that such a sum can wield. It's a force to be reckoned with. Imagine the possibilities. Investments in infrastructure, education, healthcare, and technology. The creation of jobs, the upliftment of communities, and the fostering of innovation. This is the kind of money that can change lives, that can build futures. Imagine that money flowing out of American corporations, out of American banks. Picture it being redirected from the traditional centers of power and influence. This isn't just a financial shift, it's a paradigm shift. It's a reimagining of where and how wealth is distributed. Imagine it landing in a new land, a land hungry for investment, for growth. Developing nations with untapped potential, eager to rise and thrive. This influx of capital could spark a renaissance, a period of unprecedented growth and development. It could lift millions out of poverty and create a new era of prosperity. The impact would be seismic. It would send shockwaves through the global economy, altering the balance of power and influence. Markets would react, policies would change, and the world would watch in awe as new economic giants emerged. This is the kind of change that reshapes the world order. The American economy, built on the backs of black labor, would shudder. The historical contributions of black workers have been immense, yet often overlooked. This shift would be a recognition of that legacy, a rebalancing of the scales of economic justice. It would be a moment of reckoning and reflection. The balance of power would shift. Political dynamics would change as new voices and perspectives gained influence. Social structures would evolve as economic empowerment led to greater equity and inclusion. This is not just about money, it's about power, justice, and the future of our society. This is not a threat, it's a thought experiment, a way to envision what could be, to challenge the status quo, and to inspire new ways of thinking. It's an invitation to imagine a different future, one where economic power is more equitably distributed, and where the potential of all people is recognized and nurtured. A glimpse into the potential power of Black economic agency. Imagine the innovation, the creativity, and the resilience that could be unleashed. This is about more than just money. It's about opportunity, empowerment, and the promise of a brighter future for all. The power of $1.6 trillion is not just in its amount, but in its potential to transform lives and societies. Imagine a country somewhere on this vast globe that opens its doors to Black Americans, not as refugees, not as supplicants, but as investors, as builders. Imagine this country offering citizenship, land ownership, opportunities denied for generations. Imagine the allure of a fresh start, a chance to build something new, something better. This is not a fantasy. It's a question of priorities, of values. It's a question of whether the world is ready to embrace the power and potential of Black America. Could such a place exist? A land free from the legacy of slavery, of Jim Crow, of mass incarceration? A land where blackness is not a curse but a blessing? Perhaps. Or perhaps it's a land we build ourselves, brick by brick, dollar by dollar. A land where Black futures are not mortgaged to the past. The journey begins with a question: what if? What if Black America dared to dream of a different future? A future built on its own terms.
To understand the power of this what if, we must first confront the why. Why would Black America even consider such a drastic move? The answer is etched in the very fabric of this nation. It's in the red lines that choked Black neighborhoods, denying access to capital, to opportunity. It's in the predatory lending practices that stripped Black families of wealth, generation after generation. It's in the systemic racism that permeates every aspect of American life.
Section 6. Trapped by Design. Black Americans have been trapped in a cycle of economic exploitation, denied the tools to build generational wealth. The American dream, so often touted, has remained elusive. This is not by accident, it's by design. A system built on white supremacy cannot, by definition, allow for Black economic liberation. So, Black America finds itself at a crossroads. Continue to pour its resources into a system rigged against it, or seek a new path, a path to true economic self-determination?
Section 7. A seat at the table. Some might argue that the answer lies in fighting for a more equitable America. This fight has been ongoing for decades, with countless individuals dedicating their lives to the cause. They march, they protest, they lobby for change, all in the hope of creating a society where everyone has an equal opportunity to succeed. For a seat at the table, a place where decisions are made and voices are heard. This metaphorical table represents power, influence, and the ability to shape the future. It is a symbol of inclusion and recognition, a place where one's presence signifies that they matter. For a slice of the pie, a share of the wealth and resources that have been historically denied to marginalized communities. This pie is not just about money. It represents access to education, healthcare, housing, and opportunities that can lead to a better quality of life. But what if the table is rotten? What if the very foundation upon which these opportunities are built is flawed and corrupt? A table that is unstable and unreliable cannot support the weight of true progress. What if the pie is poisoned? What if the resources and opportunities being offered are tainted by systemic racism, discrimination, and inequality? Accepting a piece of this pie could mean compromising one's values and integrity. How long can one fight for scraps from a feast they were never meant to partake in? The struggle for equality often feels like a never-ending battle, with progress being slow and hard-won. Many are left feeling frustrated and disillusioned, wondering if true change is even possible. The question is not whether Black America deserves a seat at the table. That is a given. The contributions and achievements of Black individuals in every field are undeniable. They have proven time and again that they are more than capable of excelling and leading. The question is whether Black America should build its own table, set its own terms. Creating a new table means establishing a space where Black voices are not just included, but are central to the conversation. It means defining success on their own terms and building a future that reflects their values and aspirations. This new table would be a place of empowerment, where the community can thrive without having to conform to a system that was never designed for their success.
Section 8. Ripples in two economies. The impact of such a shift would be profound. The American economy, deprived of Black consumer spending, would reel. Industries would crumble, jobs would vanish. But on that distant shore, a new economy would bloom. Black businesses would thrive, Black communities would flourish, generational wealth, once a distant dream, would become a reality. The world would watch, awestruck and perhaps a little afraid. The power of Black economic agency, once underestimated, would be undeniable.
Section 9. A dream deferred, a future reimagined. In the heart of every dream lies the seed of a future reimagined. For generations, Black dreams have been deferred, pushed aside by systemic barriers and societal constraints. Yet within these dreams lies a powerful vision, a vision that refuses to be silenced. This is not a call for separation, but for liberation. Liberation from the chains of historical injustices, from the weight of economic disparities, and from the shadows of racial prejudice. It is a call to rise, to reclaim, and to rebuild. Liberation from a system designed to exploit and oppress. A system that has, for too long, marginalized Black voices and stifled Black potential. But within this struggle lies the strength to overcome, to transform adversity into opportunity. liberation to build a future worthy of Black dreams, a future where Black entrepreneurs thrive, where Black families can plan and build their own homes, and where Black students have access to quality education that empowers them to reach their fullest potential. The $1.6 trillion is a symbol of the untapped potential, the unrealized power of Black America. It represents the economic might that, when harnessed, can transform communities and uplift generations. A symbol of the untapped potential, the unrealized power of Black America. It is a testament to the resilience, creativity, and ingenuity that have always been present, waiting to be fully unleashed. It's a reminder that the future is not preordained. It is shaped by the actions we take today, by the dreams we dare to dream, and by the courage we muster to turn those dreams into reality. It's a future that Black America can write for itself. A future where creativity flourishes, where stories are told and heard, and where communities come together to build, to create, and to inspire. A future where economic justice is not a dream deferred, but a reality embraced. A future where success is celebrated, where new homes are built, and where communities thrive in unity and strength. This is the vision of a future reimagined, a future that honors the dreams of the past and paves the way for the generations to come.